Hi, this is Zandy from sewimakestuff.com, and I'm going to be doing a little video demo of stacked increases. You can see an example of this increase right here in this little star, and stacked increases are used along an edge as a kind of fringed or lobed border, like you can see here, or they're used in the middle of knit fabric to create some interesting colorwork effects and stripes. This pattern is available for download on my blog and on Ravelry, and it's just a really great little free practice for this technique to get you acclimated. When you start, you're probably going to use cast on instructions from either a pattern or the swatch instructions from the blog article, but I've just cast on some stitches here. You'll notice that I'm using Addi Turbos, which are very smooth metal needles that really enable the stitches to slide really well. And for this kind of increase, it's really important because the stitches end up in clumps. You'll see what I mean later, but it's important for the needles to not bind the stitches, and this can definitely be a problem with wood and bamboo. I'm also using circular needles. This is not important. You can use straight needles. I just prefer circular needles in general. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a border of 2 stitches just so that it looks nice. So 1, 2 stitches. And now we're going to start the increase. We're going to be increasing 1 stitch into 9 stitches, and it starts with a stitch called KYOK followed by SB2. So I'll explain that as I go. To do a KYOK, you're going to knit into the next stitch as usual, but you're not going to slip the stitch off of the left needle. And then you're going to yarn over with the stitch still on both needles and then knit into that same stitch again. This will create 3 stitches out of 1, so that you've now increased 2. So then we're going to SB2, and that's slip back 2 from the right needle to the left needle, and that enables you to work the stitches again. So slip back 2. And you're going to do this sequence twice more as part of this increase from 1 stitch to 9. So let's begin again. KYOK, knit into the stitch, but leave it on the left needle, yarn over, and then knit into it again, and then slip back 2 of these stitches. And then again, KYOK, knit, yarn over, knit, and then slip back 2. Now to finish the increase, I'm going to do a KYOK, but this time I'm not going to slip the stitches. So KYOK. And you'll see that I now have 3 stitches from this increase on the left needle, and the KYOK that I just worked, which is 3 stitches, and a symmetrical 3 stitches on the right needle. So to finish the increase, we just have to knit these 3 stitches. So knit 3. And then I'm going to continue on just so you can see what it looks like in the middle of a row. And you can see it will end up looking kind of like a clump of stitches. This is absolutely correct. You should have a weird clump in the middle of your row where you've done each of these stacked increases. So if I slide this over here, I can pull it out and show you that it has a lobe shape to it. You can see that it has become a stack of these KYOK stitches. You can see here two finished little swatches. You can get more details about these in the blog article, but this is the same increase that we just did with increasing 1 stitch into 9. It hasn't been blocked yet, so it's a little bit curved, but you can see how that looks. I just bound off directly after doing the increases to show how frilly, how scalloped the edge looks. And then this little swatch shows all of the different heights that you can get, and you can get taller if you want. All of the different heights that you can get by doing these increases. Directions for these different heights are listed in the article on my blog, and they're a lot of fun to play around with. So here you can see two examples of where stacked increases can be used in a pattern. This fun star is a little free practice pattern that you can download from my blog or from Ravelry. My designer name is Zandy Peters, and it's just a great way to practice this new stitch. I have one here before it's sewn, and it's basically just some stripes with a row of these increases. It's a really fun way to practice. So this is another example of the stacked increases used along an edge. This is the Solarita pattern from Ravelry, and it is a more serious or wearable version of stacked increases along an edge, and you can see that they have been used to create this like fun and playful take on fringe. This concludes the 2 video series of how to do stacked stitches, stacked increases and decreases. I hope in the future to do some more articles on how to use them to make your own designs, so look out for those, and thank you for watching. Bye!